Hello YouTube, this is Michelle the Bandit on the 24th of February, and this is my week 33 and 34 update. So I put 2 weeks together again. I know I said I wouldn't do that, but I did. Just I've been busy. So last week I was 169, so I made it to the 160s, and then I was 168 today. So it's I'm down 64 pounds since the start of my journey. Things are going well. I know I had that scare of a really tight, maybe slip band before, but it turns out it was not the slip band. I just had irritation, and I had really bad pain here in my back because I had a bladder infection. So it was just a bunch of negatives all at one time. So I've been thinking of things that would be interesting for me to talk about, because I feel like I'm talking about the same things really quickly over and over again. So things with my journey that I'm finding that are like sort of roadblocks for me are that I begin to like identify with a number. So when I got to 169, I'm a daily weigher, and not only do I weigh every day, I like weigh several times a day. So I hit like 169 in the morning, and then maybe I should mute the TV. So I was 169, and then during the day I would like, pop up to put on jeans and like a hoodie, and I'd pop up to 170. And it was like such a mind cuss to me, because I like associated myself all of a sudden with being in 160s, and then I saw the 170s, and I was like, no, that's not right, because I'm a 160 girl, not a 170 pound girl, even though, the gain was 0.3. I just find that, I don't know about you guys, but I like identify myself with a number, and I am a nurse, so I know that a lot of people, like, they identify themselves with having like diseases or like, and then if you take it away, I just have really found that like lately I've been thinking how I identify myself as a lap bander. Like when I had that scare of my slip band, I was thinking worst case scenario, I'd have to get my band removed, and then I wouldn't be like a lap bander anymore. I wouldn't be part of this community, and how I label myself totally as like a lap bander, and how I appreciate being in this community so much. And then it made me think about numbers and how now I associate myself with being in the 160s. And it's like, no, I'm Michelle. I'm not 160. I'm not, a person with a lap band. But it's like you hang on to these things, and it can be positive, like having the lap band, like associating myself with that. And I become so much more comfortable telling people that I've had weight loss surgery, and I think that's like a really positive thing that I associate myself with, but I think it's like a really negative thing that I hold on to those numbers so tightly, how I define myself by, those 10-pound increments. And it's like, well, I have that time of the month, and I have good days and I have bad days, and if you're 169.9, you can't have a bad day because you pop up to 170.1, because, it's not even a half-pound gain. And I don't know, I just found that that's like a roadblock for me, and so that's something I'm trying to work on, is, recognizing that I'm Michelle. I'm not 160 pounds first, I don't know, I just found that was something that food for thought, I don't know, that I'm having a hard time with, and that I find is like a barrier for me. I know that if I step on the scale and I've lost weight, it sets a mood for my whole day. And if I step on the scale and I'm up, because that happens to everyone. Like, if I drink like a liter more water than I usually drink a day, the next day I'm surely going to be up a little bit, or maintain at least, because I have a lot more water on board than I usually have. I don't know, that's something I'm trying to do, is to stop being so, I don't know the word. I want to stop defining myself by my surgery and by a number, and just focus on how well I'm doing. And I mean, I can't go one day without someone telling me like how good I'm looking. I mean, that's like a victory in itself. So why do I have to have, an awful day because I'm up 0.5 pounds or a pound, or have a fantastic day because I'm down a pound? I know it's like good motivation, and I know that I'm not going to just weigh myself once a week. I know that won't work for me, but I'm just going to try to like not let it affect me so much. So that's that. So I've been on quite the roller coaster with, having this irritated stoma. I don't know, my band is so finicky. I find that one day I can eat fairly regular, like a regular band meal, and then the next day I'm almost on liquids. So I don't know, I feel like concerned about it almost, because I don't think it's good for your health to have to be on like solids and liquids and solids and liquids and solids and liquids. But I just would like consistency, like like a good level of restriction. And I don't know, I just find that lately I hate using really strong words like resentful, but I hate like sitting down. My boyfriend made dinner yesterday, and like I made myself like a cup portion, like small portion, like a good lap band portion, and I sat down, and like 1.5 bites in, I was done. I was stuck. And not that I needed to PB, but I knew that if I kept going that I would probably PB. And I felt like so resentful. I'm like so happy I have my band, because like if I didn't have my band, I would be eating like enough for 3 people. Like my band is my savior 100%, but at the same time it's like so frustrating when you can't just be a normal person. Like when your boyfriend makes you like a nice dinner and you sit down and you have 1.5 bites and you're like, I'm done. And it sucks because sometimes I'm really hungry and it's like I can't eat. So I have to have like, I don't know, like a soft solid or like a protein shake or something. I just feel like I'm really like unable to participate in a lot of things because of my band. But at the same time, I wouldn't give up my band. I just think that when people are considering having the surgery, they don't, or when people like find out that I've had surgery, it's like, oh, that's how she does it, like easy out. And it's like, it's so hard. It's so hard to have the lap band. Like every day I have to make, wise decisions, or in public I'll be throwing up. And I, like you can't eat normally. You can't go out for dinner and have like a normal meal, or I don't know. It's just not the easy way out. The lap band is definitely not the easy way out. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. So I feel like maybe that all made me sound like I regretted having the band, or that I wasn't extremely happy that I have it and thankful. I paid out of pocket for this. I paid $16,000 out of my pocket, and I'm more than halfway paid off now. I'm so happy I got this surgery. I would recommend it to anyone. Actually, my mother, because I'm doing so well, and I mean, like, people are recognizing that I'm doing so well. She's just like, like considering having this surgery. And I know my mother's personality, and I'm just like, Mom, this isn't the easy way out. Like, this is a lot of work. And like, sometimes like if you want to cheat, like if you want to have like a cheat day, like like on Valentine's Day, if you want to go out and have like a nice dinner or like dessert or whatever, sometimes you can't do it. Like sometimes that's just not in the cards for you. Like, and it's like, it's not the easy way out. Like having the lap band, I've worked on my weight my whole life, I've worked harder in these last 8 months than I've ever worked before. So it's not the easy way out. It's a tool that is entirely responsible for my success because of the restriction that I have, that I can't just eat like a mad person. Like, I can't just have like 8 pieces of garlic bread and like a huge thing of pasta. But at the same time, it's like a lot of mental work, which is, I think, a lot harder than, you know, getting on the treadmill for an hour and a half a day, which is what I used to do. This mental, like, my mental jogging is really exhausting sometimes, but I'm thankful I have my band, and totally would not undo anything that I've done. I feel great, I look great, and it's just getting better. So, I felt like that sounded like a downer, but really I'm really appreciative of having this surgery, and I would recommend it to people. Another big thing this week is that I started working out because I hit my 169. So I worked out twice this week, and I'm going to go again right now, actually. That's why I'm full unshowered and not so appropriately dressed for you guys, but I'm going to go to the gym right now. And so I made a deal with Jamie, who is La Band Chica, that she's one of my accountability girls. I have 2. One I talk about every video, and they're like my rocks. So that we were going to work out 3 times this week, so I've worked out twice, and now I'm going to work out the 3rd time. So I'm starting off by walking uphill on the highest incline on my treadmill at about 4.5, 5, so like really speed walking, and I'm doing that for an hour. So hopefully I fly through to goal now, because I'm 160 today and my goal is 155, so that's 13 pounds away. So keep your fingers crossed. I know I had a big trip. This is something I've just been thinking about a little bit. So I had my Iceland trip in August, September, and I was 194. And then when I went to Cuba in January, I was 174. So I'm going to New York to see Fiona Apple play, which I'm very excited about, in March. And so I'd like to be like 164 by then, so that's 5 pounds in about a month. It's like exactly a month from now. So I'd like to be like 164 before I go to New York. Just, it kind of seems 194, 174. I'd like to, and I don't think I can be 154, so I don't think that's healthy or plausible. So I think 164 is a good goal for my New York trip. But so yeah, good. It's good to have goals. Good to have goals before goals. So that's my goal for the next time. But this is turning into a long video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next week.